Hey everyone, welcome back to Unsolicited Bourbon Reviews, episode 44. And today we'll be reviewing Belle Meade Reserve. This is a local bourbon company, bourbon/whiskey company here in Nashville. Pretty cool story. But before I get into that, I think I owe the audience more of an update from our last review. So we did the slow and low rye, the pre-mixed old-fashioned. So it was the 84 proof, and it's basically pre-made old-fashioned. And reviewed it, not good. It was not good, and I said it was not good, and I said, well, you know what? Maybe I'll just keep it here at the house, and house guests will drink it, so I'll just put it in the shelf. But kind of sat around and thought about it. It was so bad, I didn't even feel comfortable, tricking a house guest or a friend into drinking it, even if it was Marcus. So that is chalked up to be a drain pour. So I poured it out. So of 44 different bourbons that we've reviewed, we've had 2 drain pours. So the first one was one of the first episodes we did with that Casey Jones, that local one out of Oak Grove, Kentucky. Again, it was just awful. And then that slow and low. So don't buy it. Not good. $20 something cost. Okay, so getting into today's episode. So this is actually one of my favorite ones. Surprised it took this long for us to get to a Belle Meade. So they used to have a whole line. They had like a Madeira cask. They had an XO, and they had the regular bourbon, and then now they have the XO. So over time, they narrowed down to the regular, so just a regular whiskey or bourbon, and then the reserve, which is the cask strength. So this is a local company. Cool story behind them. This is a David fact. 2 brothers just driving road trip. They saw a road sign on the side of the road dedicated to Nelson. Piqued their interest, read into it, kind of did some research on their lineage and their family, realized that their great-great-granddad was the founder of Nelson Distillery. And even through Prohibition, after he died, his wife actually took over distillery. So obviously pioneer woman in the Prohibition era, keeping track of it. Over time, the business dissipated. But it's cool because they have a Nelson's number, a Nelson's number 3. Jack Daniels is number 7, Nelson's number 3. So Nelson's Green Bar Distillery, or Nelson's, is it's older than Jack Daniels, so it's one of the original. But again, brothers learned how to distill whiskeys and bourbons and start their own distillery. Super popular. So this is an MGP, 7 to 11 year barrels. Mash bill is 64% corn, 30% rye, and 6% malted barley. But you're going to start seeing less and less of the Belle Meade. So now that the distillery has been up and going for a couple years, they actually can mass produce their own distillate. So now it's the same recipe, pretty much, but it's under Nelson Brothers. So again, these Belle Meade Reserves, you're going to start seeing less and less of them as they sell off the last of the inventory. So they had to rename it due to it being MGP, and they couldn't, continue to sell it under the Belle Meade name. So now it's Nelson Brothers. But we'll go ahead and open this up. So this is a 108.3 proof. So this is a cask strength. Again, this is the best one of the line. They do some cool stuff. They've been known to do like honey barrel, peach barrel, and they're exclusive to the distillery, which is pretty close to the house. So they've been known to drop some cool stuff. But we'll go ahead, open it up, give it a smell. So definitely that 108 jumps out. Typical bourbon smell. So you get the vanilla, oak, some caramel. It being a rye heavy, you get that spice. So it's gonna be that fall flavor that we love to talk about. So again, that high rye mash bill, and let's give this a whirl. Definitely get that heat, the 108 proof. You definitely get that spice, like a cinnamon apple pie, kind of a butterscotch ending. So like a crust, like a butter crust. It's great. This is definitely a good fall, winter bourbon, especially if you're drinking it neat. But I bought this bottle a while back, opened it obviously, and I haven't had it in a while. So obviously some time has been, since I last opened it. But another sip. Super smooth. Again, you get that vanilla, but again, cinnamon apple taste. Kind of tastes like apple pie. And, again, you get that bourbon vanilla heat on the back end. It's great stuff. So price point, $60, a little steep. I give it a 7 on price. Taste, 8. 7.5 is the final rating. So that'll do today for Belle Meade Reserve Bourbon. I appreciate you guys. We'll talk soon.